Okay, so this week's lesson is in Schoology, weeks 9 through 10. It's the South Park self-portrait. So what we're going to do is click on that, and then we're going to, first thing you do, download me South Park folder. So we're going to click on this, and then we're going to click on this until you see it pop up down here. When it gets done, click on it once. This is gonna pop up. Now, a lot of people had a brain fart or just didn't listen to me with the last project. So what you want to do is, after this pops up, you just can't go in willy-nilly. You gotta extract it first. So right here where it says downloads, or over here, just hit that. Just hit that. And this is gonna pop up, and you'll see this zip file right here. I'm going to right click on that and go to extract all. This is going to pop up. You hit extract. Okay, it extracts it. You really don't need this open, because what I want you to do is I want you to delete the zipper folder after you see the regular folder right there. So you can see it's already highlighted blue. I'm just going to right click, delete. This is after you extract it, and you can see you totally got rid of the zipper. So you go into South Park stuff. Here's what you want to double click on, the South Park self-portrait. So you double click on that, and this is what's going to pop up. This is just a template. Now, when I grade these, if I see any parts of this body showing up, I will take off points. So make sure when you do this, you're going to eventually delete this layer. Alright, so first things first, we're going to make this from scratch, but we just use this as a template. And you'll see what I mean by template, like, what's he talking about? Just trust me. We're going to make this shape, the correct skin color. So for this project, and when I go to weeks 9 through 10, there's not really any requirements. What I'm looking for when I grade this, and here's the rubric. If you want to get, excellent grades on this, I'm going to let you read this rubric. You can pause it or whatever, because I'm not really dedicating that much time to it. But you can see right here what I'm looking for when I grade this. So if you want to pause it and read it, by all means pause it and read it. But I'm going on. I'm just going to walk you through the entire project. So the first thing we need to do is make the head. So get used to using these shapes right here. And you'll notice I'm over here on the toolbar. We have all these shapes to choose from. Notice they're all underneath each other. So what shape we want is the ellipse tool. Not up here, right here. Find the ellipse tool, and you might have to hold your mouse button down to pop up the sub menu. Choose the ellipse tool. Okay, good. Now before we make our shape, we got to get the right color. So it doesn't really matter what race you are. It's good to just up here where it says fill, click on this white, and then over here you're going to see it's multicolored rainbow kind of looking thing. We're going to click on that. That's going to bring up the color picker. I'm going to put my eyedropper right over the template and go to that color. So if you're a darker person, you go darker. If you're a light person, you might just want to keep it there. Or, there's all these colors to choose from right here. You just find which color shape represents you the best. I'm a little tanner. I don't have not that pale. That's like an Irish person, so I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Irish people, so I don't want to offend anybody. So here we go. I got my skin color. Hit OK. What I'm going to do is up here in this, right up here in the space, I'm going to click, drag bottom to the bottom right. Just, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just get the right shape. You don't need this up, so just minimize that. And if you make too many, oh my gosh, it's fine. Just go over here to your layer window. Notice ellipse 4 is highlighted. Just hit backspace, backspace, backspace. So it's not perfect. I'm going to put it exactly over the original head shape. So I'm going to go to Edit, Transform Path, and I'm going to get it to be the exact shape, size. Right there. Alright, to get rid of this box, you hit the Enter key or this little check mark. Now, you might have done this before with previous projects, and that's if you look over here in the layer window, you'll notice it's got this little box in the corner, whereas the template does not. That means if I was to make this bigger or smaller, it would still retain its nice crisp shape because it's in vector format. What does that mean? What is vector? It just means if you blow it up and make it small, blow it up, make it small, blow it up, make it small, it doesn't lose its crispness. It's always going to be really, really crisp. And that's how a lot of sign makers and t-shirt designs are always using vector files because they don't want it to be pixelated. Here's what pixelated is. This is what this is. If I zoom in here real close, you can see it's all pixelated right there. It's fuzzy, whereas this is nice and straight as of right now. If I was an illustrator, which I'm not, you can see it'd be a lot crisper, and that's where that blue line indicates it's still in vector format. So, long story short, what we need to do is, after you've made your shape, and you get used to doing this, you're going to right-click on this and go to Rasterize Layer. What that does is it gets rid of that box, it makes it more edit-friendly. A lot of people, it just bugs, so we just do that because we're not really changing it, we're not making it bigger or smaller. We have it where we want, so we're good to go. So, got the ellipse done. I'm going to double click where it says ellipse 1 and rename it head. This is very, very important as far as when you label. So make sure you label your layers. So far so good. We have the head done. That was easy. Now I'm going to turn it off. So you turn off the layer, you just hit that little eyeball right there. Okay. Go back to the template layer. It doesn't matter which layer you're on, really. I'm going to select the head layer, but it's turned off. All right, I'm going to zoom in on the eyes. About this close. Go back to my ellipse tool. Now, a lot of people will start making ellipse to try to, match that size. First, you got to change the fill color to white. So, click up here, choose white. You can see it changes to white. So that's so far so good. Same thing. I'm going to click up here in this area. Click, drag, and I'm going to try to make it a little bit taller than it is wider. You see, it's not perfect, people. It's not perfect. It's fine. Because I'm going to go to Edit, Free Transform Path. I'm going to move it down here. And you'll notice it's got a slight tilt. So I'm going to move my mouse out to here to where you see the two arrows. Just click and drag just a little bit so I can almost match that same tilt. And then I'm going to try to make this the same exact size as the other one. So everybody's eyes should be almost perfect. There should be nobody that's got really crazy eyes. This is not rocket science, so I'll get it right about there. To get rid of the box, you hit Enter on your keyboard, or you hit this Commit Transform checkmark. Yes, this operation will turn a live shape into a reveal. Yes, continue. Alright, so after you do that, what you're going to do is right-click, Rasterize Layer. You don't need to name it yet, because what we're going to do is, instead of making that same exact shape over there and blah blah blah, it's too much work. Instead, I want you to do this. Alright, we got ellipse 1. I haven't changed the name yet, but I do want to right click over here in the gray, go to duplicate layer. Don't worry about naming it, just click OK. What it does, it just puts the exact copy right on top. So what I want to do is I want to flip it and put it right here. So here's how you do that. Get ready, get used to doing this. Edit, transform, flip horizontal. Edit, transform, flip horizontal. So it flips horizontal. You can see it moves a little bit, but it's still on top, so I need to move it over there. So guess what tool I'm going to use? Ta-da, the move tool. Alright. Here's a little trick that you might not know. So before I move it over, I'm going to hold down the shift key on my keyboard. I'm holding down the shift key, and I use my move tool, click, drag, and move it directly across to the other side. When you hold down the shift key, it lines up those guides so you can be exactly straight across. Alright, so now we have ellipse 1 copy, ellipse 1, they're both eyes. If I turn off the template, you'll notice if I turn on the other 3, see how much crisper those are than if I turn off these. The original is kind of, so these are a lot crisper, a lot neater. Because you always lose a little bit of crispness when you download a JPEG and you keep using it over and over again. So it's just a word to the wise. So we want to merge these two eyeball shapes together. So here's how you do that. Excuse me. You notice all the layers are on. That's fine. These two definitely need to be on, the ellipse 1 copy and the ellipse 1. So I selected the ellipse 1 copy layer. You notice it's highlighted. I'm going to hold down Control on my keyboard and select ellipse 1. So notice they're both highlighted. And I'm going to right click somewhere in one of these gray spots and go to merge layers. So now when I turn it off, they're together. Alright, so that was relatively easy. So I want to change the ellipse 1 copy to eyeballs. So I'm going to just double click where it says ellipse 1 copy, type in eyeballs, and then immediately turn this one off, turn the head off, and now I'm going to zoom in a little bit more, and now I'm going to do the eyeballs. Or pupils. So go to the ellipse tool yet again. Before you start making your shape, you want to change the fill color. So go up here to where it says white, choose black, notice it changed, and then I'm just going to click and drag, try to get the same roughly the same size. Okay, good. Move this over right there. That's close enough, whatever. Alright, right click, duplicate, right click, rasterize. I forgot to rasterize, so right click, rasterize layer. Now right click, duplicate layer, click OK. I don't need to flip it because it's already a circle, so it makes no sense. So I'm just going to move it over here. Alright, let's turn off the template. So there's your two eyeballs right there, or your two pupils, but you need to make sure they are merged. And again, if you didn't rasterize them, you're not going to see this pop up when you go to merge, because it'll say something else. So make sure you get rid of those little boxes in the corners. To do that, you right click, make sure it's rasterize layer is grayed out. That means you did it right. So now I want to merge these layers. Ellipse 1 copy is highlighted. I'm going to hold down Control on my keyboard and select the ellipse 1. I'm going to right click on those, go to merge layers. So now, bing bang, there they are. I'm going to double click where it says ellipse 1, type in pupils, Now this is totally up to you, but if you want to do your irises, which is the color of your eyes, here's how you do it. I have pupils highlighted. Okay, pupils is highlighted in my layer window. I'm going to right click, go to blending options, and if it's covering your pupils, you definitely want to click on this white bar and move over so you can at least see one. You're going to click on the word stroke, not the check mark box. Just click where it says stroke, just click on it, and you'll see, oh boy, that's a big stroke. So I need to change the color. So whatever color your eyes are. So if you have brown eyes, there you go. I do not. I have it's like a bluish grayish color. So just go like here somewhat. It's kind of green too. I don't know. Alright, don't worry about the size. Click OK. Alright, make sure this says outside, and then you just turn the size down to, you know, where you like it. I have mine on 13. You can go 15, 13, whatever. On 14. Click OK. Okay, so there's your pupils. There's your head. Let's look at what we have so far. Go to View, Fit on Screen. Might want to learn that shortcut, Control-0. Okay, so it looks pretty good so far. Alright. Turn off these. Now we need to do a body. Don't worry about the mouth and all the other hair stuff, because that's going to be later. So I'm going to scroll down here, and this is where it gets a little tricky, because there's going to be curving and warping going on. So that's why it's good to pay close attention to what I do. So I have all these turned off, just the template layer put on. I'm going to go over here to my shapes, and this time I want a rectangle tool, and I want to do probably a black color shirt for me. Whatever color you want, just go up here to fill. If you want to change the color, unless you see something over here you like, just click on it. I like black, it's just my preference, but if you want to change it to whatever color, go ahead. Alright, so I got black chosen. I'm going to notice where I start. When I start first click, I'm going to be right here on his where his shoulder meets his face. I'm going to click, drag down to about, right where his pants start, and then go over to the other shoulder. So you guys see that, right? It goes from right where it meets to down where it touches that, down where it touches that. Alright, good. So that's good. Of course, the shirt is over his head, but we'll worry about that later. So first things first, after you make your shape, you got it almost perfect, you definitely want to rasterize it. So you're going to go to up here, right click, Rasterize Layer, get rid of that little box. You're going to go to Edit, Transform, Warp. Not Edit, Free Transform. Edit, Transform, Warp. Now you could go to Edit, Free Transform, and you'll see right up here, it switches between Free Transform and Warp mode. So you can go to Edit, Free Transform, but you're still going to end up clicking on this thing right here. So Edit, Transform, Warp. This tic-tac-toe looking thing is going to pop up. This allows you to warp it. So the first thing you need to do is, I'm going to take this bottom left box and move it right to there, right where you saw it kind of dissolve into the hand. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Match it up right there, and then I'm going to take this circle, pull it down a little bit, pull this one down a little bit, and then just keep finagling these until they match. Okay, that's good. Hit enter. Alright, now I'm going to make the shirt sleeve, and this is where people are like, oh god, I don't know how you did that. It's really not that hard. Well, watch. I'm going over here. I still got the rectangle tool. I'm going to click, drag, and make a rectangle about the from the the top of here to the bottom of here. And it's over here, which is fine. Okay, so that's pretty good where as far as size. I'm gonna right click, rasterize layer, edit. I'm gonna go to free transform first. Edit free transform because you need to move it over here. So I'm gonna move it right. I'm gonna put this corner right basically where the box originally was from. Then I'm gonna take this pivot point right here and I think I'm gonna put it on this one right here and then rotate it out. You see that? Alright, so rotate it out to right about here. I might need to elongate it, which is fine. And you can see, like right here, I want this square to be right where that hand starts. I'm gonna move it over here like that. And I've noticed that when I do that, this one doesn't line up anymore. So here's a little tip. Hold down Control on your keyboard. Holding down Control, and I'm just gonna force it over there. It's just gonna right there. So now they both line up. I'm gonna let go of Control on my keyboard. And okay, good. It's still in transform. We still don't have that curve yet. Easy fix. I'm gonna go up here to my options bar. I'm gonna switch between free transform mode and warp mode. So when I put that on there, click on it. There's the tic-tac-toe. I'm gonna click on this little circle and move it out. This little circle and move it out. And then you can, fine tune that one too. Alright, so that's good. Alright, so once you match that curve, that perfect curve, go ahead and, hit the check mark or hit enter on your keyboard. Alright, good. Don't worry if it looks a little off, it's fine. This is your left shirt sleeve. You don't need to label it yet. So instead of doing that whole rigmarole for the other side, this is the easy shortcut. I'm on rectangle 2. I'm going to right click, go to duplicate layer, set OK, then go to edit, transform, flip horizontal, because we're flipping it horizontally. And you'll see it flips, but you can't really see the whole thing. I'm sure if I turned off everything, including this, you'd see it. See, there it is. I'm gonna turn this back on now. All right. So I got my rectangle 2 copy. I'm just gonna use the move tool. I got the move tool selected. I'm gonna hold down Shift on my keyboard. Holding down Shift, and now I click and drag, and I move it directly over to the other side, like so. Perfect. Alright, now I want to merge all 3 of these together. So I'm going to hold down Control on my keyboard and select each one. So they're all selected. Notice they don't need to be rasterized because we already did that. And then you just right click anywhere in this gray. I'm going to merge layers. And then we'll rename this as shirt. Okay, so there's your shirt. Alright, the only problem is if I turn on all these, it looks like he's wearing a turtleneck, or it doesn't look right. So the shirt needs to be clicked, dragged underneath the head. There you go. So now if I turn off the template, this is what we've made so far. Perfect. Alright, now we're going to do don't worry about if you want to add other stuff to the shirt. I'll show you how to do that. It's not hard. But we're just getting the basics as of right now. So turn on the template. So all your layers should be on, and it should be template at the very bottom, then shirt, then head, then eyeballs, then pupils. If any of those are out of order, you can always just, move them around until you see it. Pupils, then eyeballs, then head, then shirt, then template. Okay. So now we're going to do the pants. Again, go back to the rectangle tool. Go up here to fill. Choose your color. You want, kind of want blue jeans. I always wear blue jeans. I don't want perhaps that blue color. A little darker. There we go. Hit OK. And then I'm just going to click, drag, and try to get the same. It's okay. You kind of want to overlap the shirt. So you can see I made it just as wide. I went all the way down to the bottom of the feet. Went to the other side. Okay. So that's good. I'm going to right click, rasterize this, rename it pants. If you want to do a slight, see a little stroke around it, that dark black stroke. If you want to do a stroke around it, you can. Here's how you do it. You just right click on this layer, go to blending options, click on the word stroke. And right now it has, the same color we did for our eyes, so let's change that to black or dark gray or whatever. And I'll probably turn the size down considerably. Okay. So those are your pants, except if you figured it out, if you're smart, you're like, oh wait, pants layer needs to be underneath the shirt layer. So I'm going to click on the pants layer and then drag it all the way underneath the shirt layer, so it looks like this. So now if I turn off the template, this is what we've had so far, all from scratch. Beautiful. Turn on the template, turn off the pants, because I need to see how to do the shoes. Alright, shoes, not that hard, I don't think. Notice what layer I'm on. I'm on the template layer. Those, you can leave those on, those are fine for right now. You just need to turn the pants off so you can see what you're doing. Alright, so to do the shoes, you're going to go back to the ellipse tool and you're going to choose your color. I'm going to choose color of my Timbs right there. And here's what I'm going to do. Got that color. Notice where I'm going to try to match this kind of oval shape right here. Don't worry about the bottom part. So click, drag, and if I go to edit free transform path, I can make it fit better. Wow, that's pretty good. First time. Alright, so good. It's right about there. Okay. That's good. Does not look like those shoes yet, but it's fine. So we have the right, this right shape right here. So go ahead and check mark that. Immediately rasterize it. In case you forget, it's right over here in gray box. Right click, rasterize layer. Alright. So to get that flat shape, I'm going to use the rectangular marquee tool right here. And I'm basically just going to make this shape right here. I made a rectangle shape. And say you make it right here, it's fine. You can always move it down, see? So you can make it up here. I was making a random rectangle shape, move it down until it kind of lines up with the bottom of the feet. You guys see that? It's kind of lined up with the other one. But notice the entire bottom part was within this selection, because when I hit backspace, it deletes that selection part but keeps the other part. It's pretty neat. Alright, so to get rid of this selection, deselect or Control D. Alright, good. I'm going to immediately duplicate this layer, ellipse 1. So right click, duplicate layer, click OK, use the move tool. I'm going to hold down Shift key on my keyboard before I start clicking and moving. So I'm holding down Shift key. Now I click and move over. Put it right about there. Okay. Now I immediately want to merge these. So hold down Control on your keyboard and select both shoes. There's one and there's the other. Notice they're both highlighted. Right click, merge layers. Okay, good. And we'll go back and customize the shoes. Don't worry. We're going to rename them shoes right now. So leave those on. So right now this is what we've made. If we turn on everything. Except if you notice, the shoes are behind the pants. So I'm going to click and drag the shoes above the pants. In between the pants, or between the shirt and the pants, should be the shoes. You can see there they are. And again, if you want to do a little stroke on the shoes, all you got to do is right click on that layer, blending options, click on the word stroke. You can change that to whatever color you want. Go with a slighter, darker color. There you go. Of what I had. Click OK. I think it's good. Being outside, very good. Okay, so that's what I have so far. Now I'm going to turn off the shirt layer, turn on the template, and it's time to make our hands and thumbs. So for this one, you're going to need the ellipse tool. So go to the ellipse tool. Up here where it says fill, you definitely want to click on that. Now, chances are you forgot what color your skin color is. That's why this is very, very important. I'm going to click on this, move this eyedropper over to the skin color, click on it, get the same exact shade, click OK. Now I'm just gonna try to match this first circle. It doesn't match, it doesn't have to be perfect. So there it is. Edit, transform path, move it over here. First I want to get it just right. Okay, there it is, perfect. You can hit check mark or enter. Going to immediately rasterize it. Now I'm going to just turn it off just temporarily. And now I'm going to try to make a thumb. So click, drag, that's pretty good. Edit, transform path, move that down so you can see. Okay, a little bit. And people think, well, why don't you just use the template for it? It doesn't teach you anything. This teaches you to learn the shapes, learn the, it'll be a lot crisper. You feel like you've accomplished something instead of just, pasting, coloring over something that already existed. All right, so there it is. The check mark. Immediately rasterize it. Right click in the box, rasterize layer. Now we want to get that stroke around it, so you definitely want to right click, go to blending options, click on the word stroke, and you want to change the color to, I don't know, either a dark brown or something. I usually do, depends on, I guess, what color you are, how dark you want to go, but it needs to be darker than the skin tone, whatever it is. So I just want a little bit darker, so click OK. OK. Turn on your ellipse, or your ellipse 1. This is your hand right here. Now it's getting a little bit confusing, so I'm just going to turn off the template layer. I strongly suggest you do that as well, so you can focus on just this. And always make sure you're on the right layers before you merge them. So this ellipse 2 is the thumb, and this is the hand. So I'm going to hold down Control on my keyboard and select Ellipse 1 and Ellipse 2. Except I'm not going to merge them. I'm not going to merge them in case you want to hold something. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click, duplicate layers, hit OK. Notice it made Ellipse 2 copy and Ellipse 1 copy. Except I need to flip it because they need to be on the other side. So you go to Edit, Transform, Flip Horizontal. You see they flip. I'm going to turn on my template layer so I can see where these go. And notice they're still highlighted, so that means I can move them together. So that's beautiful. Keep these two highlighted. In case they're not, all you gotta do is hold down Control and make sure they're both highlighted. And then you're gonna use the Move tool. Hold down Shift on my keyboard, and then just drag it over to the other side. Bam, there you go. Alright, now we gotta make sure all the layers are in the right places, so I'm gonna turn on everything except the template layer. Everything except the template layer. And you can see right now, I gotta move the hands and the thumbs above the shirt layer. But first I'm like, well, what is this? I don't even know what that is. So before anything, it's easier to move the shirt layer down. So I'm gonna click on the shirt layer. Shirt layer selected. I'm gonna click and drag, and I'm going to go underneath all the ellipses and just above the shoes. There, they pop up. Alright, now is when we want to label the ellipse 1s and ellipse 2s. So I'm just going to click on ellipse 1, the eyeball, see which one it is. Okay, that's the left hand. So where it says ellipse 1, I just double click, type in left hand. Ellipse 2, I'm going to hit the eyeball. Okay, that's a left thumb. So change that name to left thumb, which means ellipse 1 copy is right hand, and ellipse 2 copy is right thumb. So this is your basic framework. You don't need the template anymore. So I'm going to click on the template layer and hit backspace because I don't need it. If I open these up and you kept the template layer, I will take off a letter. So make sure you get rid of that. Alright, so now we have the basic structure of our South Park character. You made all of this from scratch. It literally looks like the cartoon. This is how they animate it. It's a little bit more complicated than that, but they made these shapes, manipulate them. So, alright, the first thing, and this is for the girls only. Girls only. So if you're a guy, you can skip ahead I guess a couple minutes or whatever. I don't know how long this will take, so hopefully I'll put in a little subtitle here to skip ahead to this minute. So, but if you're a girl, you probably want to do this so you look more girl-like. So all the females, you're going to click on the eyeballs layer. Males, you do not have to do this again. I'm on the eyeballs layer. This is for the females, eyeballs. I'm going to right click and duplicate layer. Click OK. And you'll see eyeballs copy and eyeballs. Alright, just go ahead and click the eyeballs copy and drag it underneath the eyeballs. So you don't want to mess with the eyeballs. Here's the eyeballs copy. Alright, so you basically made 2 sets of eyeballs. Why am I doing this? Alright, here's why. You're going to right click on this gray part, go to blending options, and what I want you to do is click on the word color overlay. I didn't click on the box, I clicked on the word color overlay, and right here that says normal and the opacity is 100. change this color to black. Okay. Alright, you might notice very subtly there's like a little black outline around it. It's fine. I'm on the bottom eyeballs copy layer. I'm going to rename this eyelids. Alright, so I'm on the eyelids layer. I've renamed it. And you notice I zoomed in a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. I zoomed in about this much. I strongly suggest you guys as well, you females, I'm sorry, females get about this big. I mean, certainly guys can do this part if they want to. It's just adding on eyelashes. So I'm on this layer. I'm going to go to Edit, Transform, and this box will pop up. What I need you to do is grab it right here in this middle part, this middle box, and just drag up, I'd say about this much. Here's your eyelid for, people that wear mascara. Obviously, you want to get rid of this box, so you hit Enter on your keyboard or up here to the check mark. Alright, the only thing it's missing is eyelashes. So we definitely need to put those in. And there's not really an exact science to this. You just have to kind of, watch me do it, I guess. But you want to grab pencil tool, not your brush, pencil tool. And in case you don't know where that is, it's underneath the brush. So hold down your mouse, choose the pencil tool, and you'll see, okay, it's a pencil tool. And up here, you probably, on your options bar, you definitely want to make the size bigger. I would say, let's try around 9 or 10. So 9 or 10 on your size, your pencil. Now watch what I do. I'm going to start down at the very end where the black kind of dissipates. I'm just going to click and drag and make a little curly cue. If you don't like it, edit, undo. That, like that, and like that. I made 3 of them. You can make more, obviously. The ones on the real South Park characters, they just have 3. Alright, and then I'm going to go to the other side, do the same thing. If you don't like it, if you mess up, edit, undo, pencil. I'm clicking right here and then dragging out right there. One right there. You don't have to be perfect, people. This is good enough. Alright, so that's for the females, how you do eyelids and eyelashes. So view it on screen. Alright. Now I'm going to turn these off just temporarily because I'm not a female, but you guys get the idea of what how to do that for girls. So I'm going to turn off the eyelids. And now everybody is going to be doing eyebrows. Here's how you do eyebrows. I want you to get your zoom tool and just zoom in on one of your eyes. I'm going to choose the left eye, just a spot right here. Now a lot of people really like this step because it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool how you can contour perfect eyebrows, your perfect eyebrow shape. Alright, so I'm on the eyelids layer, or you say you're a boy who skipped ahead, a male, just click on the eyeballs layer. If you're a female, eyelids layer doesn't matter. And then I want you to go over here to your tools and change the ellipse tool to a rounded rectangle tool. Alright, so after you do that, up here where it says fill, you need to change that color, so you just click on that to the color of your eyebrows. So it's black, choose black. It's light brown, choose brown. So I'm going to choose my eyebrow color. Okay. Now watch what I do. I'm just going to click and drag down like this. Okay, that's about the size of an eyebrow. Going to immediately rasterize. So the little box is gone. Now I'm going to go to Edit, Transform, Warp. And this box, you can see the tic-tac-toes pretty well, but you know what? I'm going to be zoomed in a little bit more. So I'm going to grab the zoom tool. And I'm going to zoom in so I can see it pretty clearly. And you notice when I clicked on the zoom tool, the warp went away. That's fine. We'll just go back to it. Edit, Transform, Warp. Alright. So here's how it works. Alright, so this is the eye right there. I'm just going to kind of leave this alone, but I want this to taper off. So this is where all these little shapes, this is kind of cool how you do this. So what I would do first, if you want to make them kind of contoured, I'm going to take this bottom left square, click and drag down right about here. And then I'm going to take this one, it's top left, and I'm going to fold it down like that. You can see it, you can start seeing the shape. And say you don't want it straight down, maybe you want it curved a little bit right here. I'm going to take this circle, move it out just a hair. This circle, move it out just a hair. See it come out. So you get that nice curve. Say they're arched a little bit, you can move this in like that. You can move that in. You can even click and drag in here like this. It doesn't really do anything until you do that. So I normally don't grab it there. I normally work these outside edges. So like that. You can get it right. If you don't want it so sharp, move it in like that. So you want it tapered off, do it like that. So get it to where you like it. So here's the shape of my eyebrow. Go ahead and hit the check mark or hit enter on your keyboard, and you see there's nice shape eyebrow. So view, fit on screen, and then you can move that down with your move tool or edit, free transform. If you want to rotate it a little bit, like say you're angry, frustrated, whatever. So I'm going to angle mine down. To get rid of that box, you just hit enter on the keyboard or check mark. Alright, so to make that same exact shape, you guys should know this is what to do because we've done it already. Now before I name it, I'm going to duplicate it. This is rounded rectangle 1. So right click, duplicate layer, hit OK, edit, transform, flip horizontal. It's going to flip it right there. Just hold down the shift key as you use the move tool. Move tool's right there, holding down the shift key. Move it to the other side. Bam. You're done. Now if you have eyelids, female, this is what it would look like. Males, just like that. You don't have to be angry. I just chose that for me. Alright, so we have the eyebrows done. Maybe I think we're now ready for accessories to dress up, shoes and whatnot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of zoom in on the shirt. So I'm going to do the shirt logo first. Now if you want to do a hoodie, here's what you do. Let's say you want to do some kind of thing right there. I'm on the shirt layer. There's the shirt layer. And say I want to add like some kind of weird hoodie thing right there. You can see right there, there's a little gap. It's going to bump. So I'm going to go to edit, free transform. Use the warp tool. Just click on this. Boop. There it is. Hit enter. It's gone. You get on the screen. Okay, good. Alright. So if you want to do an additional like buttons or collar, notice I'm on the shirt layer. Please notice I'm on the shirt layer. Go to layer, new layer. This is only for those people that want to add stuff to their shirt. I'm going to type in hoodie, or type in whatever you're doing, hoodie or collar or whatever. So hit OK. Basically, it's just a clear piece of plastic right now, so there's nothing really going on right there. I'm going to go back to my pencil tool, and up here, I'm going to change the size to a little bit bigger. So this is how you do a hoodie. Maybe around 100 actually. Except I don't want a black color, so click out of here. Right now it's white, so if I was colored, it'd be white. I mean, you can, if you want white, that's fine. But I'm just gonna make it's kind of like that. And if it's white, that's fine. You can see it's got this little. If you don't like it, you can always go to Edit, Undo, Edit, Step Backward. If you don't like it, if you realize, oh God, what did I do? I really do like that. Step forward, Edit, and then there it is. It comes back. I don't think you can step forward more than once, so I'm not sure. All right, so say okay, you like that color. Say you like it white, but say you want to change the color. It's easy fix. I'm gonna go into hoodie right here, hoodie. Right click, blending options. I'm going to click on the word color overlay, and you can change that. I'm just going to go a little bit lighter than the black. You can see that right there. Hit OK. Maybe I'll do a little stroke too. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. It's totally for those people that want to really push the boundaries of what they can do with this project. So view, on screen. So that's how you do like a little hoodie thing. You can even go back to your pencil, make it smaller, maybe add in some strings. So if you add in strings, they're going to be the same color and they're going to automatically do the stroke. So if you want to add in strings that are different colors, edit, undo these, edit, undo, edit, undo. I'm going to add another layer, new layer, type in strings. Again, this is only if you want to do it. And then I say I want white strings. Right there. Maybe make this a tiny bit smaller to do those little tips on the ends. There you go. And that's how you do that. Or maybe you want little black holes around there. Zoom in here. Switch to black. It's a black color. I'll just do a little black outline right there. So that's how you would do that. If you want to do it's the same kind of concept for collar. You just draw little collar shapes, do whatever, or buttons. I just wouldn't do it on the shirt layer. I make separate layers for each one. And again, how to do that? Layer, new layer. It's just a clear piece of plastic. So say you wanted to put a logo, and a lot of people want to put logos on these. So you need to open up Google Images. I'm going to look up Adidas because I wear Adidas all the time. This logo. Images. If you don't see a gray and white checkerboard, again, that means you can copy it. If you do see a gray and white checkerboard like this, you want to save it. So right click, save image as, and I'll show you both ways. If you see WEBP file, it's not. Let's see what happens. I'm going to download it anyways. And then I'm going to show you how to do a regular image as well. So you can tell this is regular JPEG because when you right click on it, it allows you to copy it. So if you see a transparent background, make sure you save it. But if it's just a white background, that's even better because that's just easier. I would say try to stay with something that's solid, doesn't have a gray and white checkerboard, but if all else fails, you can always open it up and just move it in. Alright, so you find your image, right click, copy image, go back to Photoshop. I'm gonna kind of zoom in on the shirt, edit, just do edit paste, and in case you can't see it, case that you go edit paste, you're like, disclaimer, I can't find it. It's because it's underneath your shirt layer. So make sure you drag it above the shirt layer. Alright, and then don't worry about the white. Then edit for your transform, put it where you want it. Maybe if you want to warp it to, kind of get that curve of the shirt, you can do that. So you clicked on the warp tool and you bing bang, put it right. Oh, put it. I don't want to move it while it's warp, so I definitely want to check mark it and move it. Maybe. So I want it right there. All right, good. Except it just looks really fake, so I want to get rid of this white. So definitely want to change this to logo on shirt. You can see I named it because we're already getting quite the number of layers. I've already noticed that I forgot to label my eyebrows, so I'm going to go ahead and you don't have to merge them, but I'm going to, and then just rename them eyebrows. Sorry if I'm like a loose cannon right now. Alright, so back to the logo on a shirt. Notice it's highlighted. Logo on a shirt. Scroll back down. Logo on a shirt's highlighted. And say you have like stuff you want to get rid of, a color or something. I would try to stick to simple logos like this, where there's just 2 colors. But it's totally up to you. So I click on the white with my magic wand tool. Not the quick selection tool, the magic wand tool. Magic wand tool, I clicked on the white, and I'm going to go to select similar to get all the spaces in between the A and the S and all that stuff. Hit backspace. Okay, so get rid of the white, leaves the black. I definitely want to get rid of that selection, so go to select, deselect, and you'll say, oh boy, I can't see it now. It's fine. Because all you gotta do, look here, logo on shirt, I'm gonna right click on this layer, go to blending options. I can change this to whatever color I want. So I can go to color overlay, change it to a gray, a red, a white, a green, or I'll turn that off. Maybe I'll make it a grading overlay. Click on grading overlay, click right here. Okay, the black doesn't show up, so I'm going to change this color to a different blue maybe, and then you'll see it transforms to that. It's totally up to you. Do colors, whatever. I'm just going to go with standard white. So there's the white. Click OK. OK. So that's how you do a logo. Now, if it's a PNG file, you would just go to File, Open it up. Say it would be. See if that works. Okay, yeah, it's not going to work. But if it's a PNG file, it will work. You just open it up. It'll pop up right here. Just drag it down. Use the Move tool, move it in. You guys should know how to use move PNGs into files. All right, so if it's a multicolored thing. Say it's a picture like this. You can even do this if you want. Copy image. Go back here. Edit. Paste. Whoa, really big. View fit on screen. Edit for transform. So it can be like a regular picture. You put it right there. There's your. Just pretend the Adidas logo is not there. That's something else. You can put whatever you want on your shirt. I'm just saying if you want to get rid of the white background and make it look like it's part of it, you want to use the magic wand tool. So go ahead and delete this layer. So that's how you do the shirt. Say you didn't want the hoodie, it's getting in the way, whatever. It's totally your call. So that's how you do a logo on a shirt. I'd say the next step is if you want to, accessorize your shoes. If you're wearing, boots or something, you probably want to put some little stuff on the bottom of your shoes. So I'm on the shoes layer. Get my pencil tool. And this is if you want to do like, you know, I don't know what's it called, the soles of your feet, I guess. I'm just gonna use a little, oops, I don't want black. I want this brown color. And I'm just gonna, you can see I got a pencil tool. I'm around 18, and I'm just gonna put all these little dots right here on the bottom, kind of next to each other, all the way across, very carefully. And it's kind of the fun of it is if it's not perfect, it's got that kind of organic feel to it. So you do all these little circles across. Again, this is only if you want to. You don't have to do this. You can skip this part. Some people really get into this. They want it to look exactly like them, which is what I want as a teacher. You guys to be motivated by your work. Alright, so there's that. All right. Now, if you want a logo on it, like a Nike swoosh or something, obviously you just go to the internet. We'll just pretend I'm looking that up, but I'm not. I'm looking at the Timberland logo. And I think it's this one. So I'm going to just copy this. And you notice it's not a PNG file. It's just a regular JPEG, so that's good. Copy image. Go back here. Edit. Paste. Edit. Transform. And you can see it's really, really big. So it's smaller. All that work for just a tiny little logo. Nope. Alright, and get it to get it to about the size you want. Hit enter. I'm going to zoom in on this so I can see what I'm doing. Use the move tool, move it like right here. Right about there. Alright. So it's white. If it's white right here, that's good, because that means you don't have to, get the magic wand tool and select it and hit backspace and all that. You can if you want, but there's an easier way to do that. Alright, so this is the logo on shoe. To get rid of this white and still, maintain this kind of crispness, I'm going to go up here to where it says normal. I'm going to change the blending mode to, I believe it's, multiply. It gets rid of the white and it kind of makes the logo just a little bit darker, but you can see it. Get a view fit on screen. Those really do look like little Timberlands that I'm wearing, and then I can, move that to where I want it. I obviously don't want it to bleed into the stroke, so I'll just put it right about there. Then I'll duplicate it. Use the move tool, hold down the shift key, and move it to the other side so it's matching. Now that's just me. You don't have to put these logos or swooshes or stripes on. It's totally your call. But like I said, I really reward those. Go the extra mile and really bling these out. All right, so we have all that. Good. Now it's time for the mouth, and this is strictly your call, but you're going to go to File, Open, go to your Downloads folder, South Park stuff. You're going to be in Accessories, and right here, see Mouse, so double click on Mouse. You have all these to choose from. So say, you want to be mad or talking, whatever, just choose one. I'll click on this one. They're all PNG files. Okay, braces, there you go. Hit open. This pops up right here. It's fine. You're just going to click on this tab right here, drag it down a little bit so you see both of them. Use the move tool. Click on this, drag it in and let go. And you're like, oh, Mr. Clever, where'd it go? Oh, well, see right here. Here it is, right here. Layer 1. I'm going to go ahead and rename it Mouth. Mr. Clever, I can't see it. Oh, it's because it's underneath your head. So I got to click on this, drag it all the way. I'm just going to go ahead and drag it all the way to the top. Okay, so there it is. Use Move Tool. Move it where you want it. I'd say, kind of like there. Okay, so I'm pretty much done because I don't have hair. Insert stupid ball joke here. Alright, you guys, though, will probably want to add hair, so File, Open. Go to Accessories in the South Park folder. We got boy hair. We have girl hair. Don't worry about the color. Just disregard the color. If you see, okay, that's about my style, but it's, a different color, whatever. Just choose the style that closely resembles yours. If you can't find your style, I'm sorry, this is all I have. You can always make your own, or, look up South Park hair PNG and maybe, save that, bring it in. But I feel that this is a pretty good selection. So, there's boy hair, girl hair. So I'll choose what kind of hair do I want. If I had hair, what kind of hair would I want? None of these really speak to me, so I'm just going to go to this one. Boy hair 3. Go ahead and just open up whatever hair you want. Don't worry about the color. Again, do not worry about the color. Alright, it's right here. Click on this tab, drag it down, use the Move Tool, move it in. Don't need this anymore, so close it. This one. So here's the hair, and it's all the way at the top, which is where it should be. Definitely want to name your layer hair. If you want, this also serves as a mustache or a goatee. But anyways, it's hair. So edit free transform, and then you can get it to fit just right. Hit enter. Bam. There's that. Now, if you want to change the color of your hair, here's how you do it. You do not go into blending options, because what happens is you lose all these little details right here. And I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. If I go into blending options and say I want this to be, you see how all those little details went away? See, he has white hair. So I'm going to cancel. Instead, go to Image Adjustments. Oops. Image Adjustments, Hue Saturation, and you can move the hue to your color that you want. Like say you're blonde, and don't forget about the saturation and the lightness too. So say you're blonde, this is kind of what you want right here. You guys see that? I don't. That's not my natural hair color, but I'm just saying that's how you change the color on any of the hair that we do. So you hit OK. All right. Now, if you're completely happy with your character, this is a very, very important part. I definitely want you to keep all these layers because it's your work. It's showing your work. So you definitely want to go to File, Save As, and save over the one you've already done, the template. So I'm going to go ahead and save over that. Yes. Okay. You want to keep this. This is your master copy. Now, what I want to do next is I want to save this as a PNG file as well. So you can always go back and tweak this because you have all your layers right here. So you can always change them out or do whatever. So that's why I had you save it as a PSD. Just saved over the one you did. Now, once you get to where you like it, you're kind of happy with it, you should go to File, Save As, except this time it says Photoshop PSD. You're going to save it as a PNG file. PNG. Same folder. Download South Park stuff. Save. Okay. And, okay. You can see, well, it's still all these layers. It's because you still have the PSD open. We don't need this open anymore. Let's go ahead and close that. And we're just going to forget about our character for just a second. And we're going to open up a background we want to use. So go to File, Open, Backgrounds. And you're going to choose one of these backgrounds for yours. You don't have to use these backgrounds. It's just, it kind of goes with the theme. You can choose whatever background you want, as long as it's school appropriate. So I'm just going to choose standard South Park Street. Open that up. Go to image size. I'm just going to make sure, yep, 8, 10.5, good, okay. Alright, the first thing I want you to do is open up your watermark. So File, Open, and locate your watermark wherever that is. I don't even know where I put mine. Oh, there it is. Open. Drag this down. Use the move tool and move that in. Don't need this anymore. Edit retransform. Put that in the bottom right somewhere or bottom left. Never put it up here. That's tacky. Always put it in the bottom left or right. Okay, so we hit check mark. Good. Alright, before you do anything, go to File, Save As, and this says Photoshop. That's good. That's what you want. It says backgrounds right here. That's not what we want. I want you to click on Downloads, right up here, Downloads, and then South Park stuff. Alright, I want you to change it as South Park character with background. And then just hit save. Okay. Good. Alright, so we have our watermark, our background. I'm going to go to File, Open, except this time I'm going to open up the PNG file of my South Park self-portrait right there. South Park self-portrait, PNG. And sometimes it can be, confusing. If you have it up here where it's large icons, it's really easy. South Park self-portrait, there you are. Hit open. Alright, you're going to drag this down, use the move tool, just move that person in. It's really, really big. So edit free transform. If you want to keep it in proportion, you hold down the shift key. And I'm holding down the shift key, dragging right here, pulling this way so you can make it fit wherever you want it in there. Once you get it to where you like it, enter. Right there. Alright, you have to have at least 2 to 3 accessories. So I'm going to go to File, Open, go to the South Park accessories, and you have all these. You get tools or sports. You got jewelry. We have hats if you want to put on hats. Glasses. So say you put on, say you're wearing glasses. Just open those up. Drag these down. Move these in. Let go. We don't need this anymore. And then you just position. Obviously it's too small. Edit free transform until it fits. And I'll move it to where they go. So there's your glasses. You don't have to label this if you don't want to. So got glasses. Add what else we have here? Accessories, animals. So you can put in a dog. obviously you want to put this dog, you don't want to put him like right here. You want him, going off. It's way too big, so that'll transform. Put him right there. And I'll add, something else. Accessories. Maybe add a hat. Which one speaks to me? Let's go with this one. And then I'll just move this in with the move tool. Put that right there. You guys get the idea? So, put some accessories, put some thought into this. Say if you have a dog. And by the way, you can change the color of the dog too. This is your dog layer right here. You can change the color of your dog. You don't have to leave it that yellow. Image adjustments, hue and saturation, and then say you want a pink dog or a blue dog. It's totally your call. Mess with the saturation. Obviously, if you want a gray dog, you can turn down the saturation. So you can change the color to almost anything. Just remember, image adjustments, hue, saturation. Obviously, you need to be on the right layer for that. So accessorize, have fun with this. I want it, to be about you. Once you get it where you like it, things I'm looking for is like 3 to 4 accessories. I want it to resemble you. Please let it resemble you. I'm looking for your watermark. And then when you totally get done, obviously I want you to save it. And you can see it's a PSD. I just want the file saved. So I saved it as South Park character with background. But when you submit it, this is what I want you to do. File, save as, South Park character with background. Okay, that's fine. Change this though to JPEG. It flattens all your layers. That's fine. South Park character with background. Save it somewhere where you know where it is. Save. Crank that up to 12. Hit OK. If you save it as a JPEG, that means you can, email it to yourself or post it on social media. You just have to, get a way to email it to yourself or get it on your phone somehow. It's totally your call. You don't have to. I'm just saying. Some people like to show off their work, and I think you should, because you should be proud of, you made this from scratch. It took you like 3 to 4 days or however long it took. Alright, so we saved it as a JPEG. I have it where I like it. You can even make, before I even submit this, I just want to show you some things. Alright, so I have this guy, right? If you want to make a little mini-me, some people like to do that. You just right click on your layer, go to duplicate layer, okay, and you can see there's 2 of you. Just choose one, doesn't matter which one. Edit, free transform, and then make this guy a little bit smaller. Put him right there, and maybe I'll make him like he's angry. So image adjustments, hue saturation, just give him a tinge of red. Where is it? There it is. Oh, he's hot under the collar. Yes. Mr. Claver, push the due date up. So he's angry. File, save as. You saved it as JPEG. Okay, I think we already did that. Sure. Yeah, there it is. So we don't need to do that. So make sure you save it as a JPEG. Again, file, save as. Change this to JPEG. And just hit save. Hit OK. Alright, then you're going to go Schoology, weeks 9 through 10. South Park Self-Portrait Submission link. You want to click on this. You want to submit assignment, so you want to click on that. And then you go right here to where it says file. Click on that. And then oh boy, where did I put it? Oh, that's right. It's in South Park folder. South Park stuff. Do not. If anybody uploads a PSD file, I'm taking off the letter grade. I cannot stress this enough. That's why I have you watch the videos, so you guys know exactly how to submit. I want you to submit the JPEG. The JPEG you can see. See, it says, if I hold my mouse over it, it says item type JPEG. This is Adobe Photoshop image. I can't see it. So upload the JPEG, hit open, hit submit, and you're done. So, as Eric Cartman would say,
Screw you guys, I'm going home.